Oh my god.
Hey, how's it going? Okay, asked that baby if she was alone. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I asked her if she was alone, and she got like all mad at me for asking like how she got in the lobby, so I just left. I was like, I don't, she's mad. She thinks I'm mad at her, and I'm just trying to figure out how she got in the lobby when she wasn't like, she was like rank 17. Yeah. Red rank is 1 through 5, and she was 17. And then the killer, I think the killer was actually like rank 5 too. Like they were also red rank. So they were like this baby with like all red ranks. And I was like, how did you get in here? She was like, I don't know, okay? And I was like, okay, sorry. I'm just trying to say like I could get if she was like duoed with somebody that it would like kind of like pull her in here. But I don't think so, because then we got another game and there was, I think 3 of us playing. It was like me, or no, Stacey wasn't playing with us. Was there 3 of us? Was it No Fear? No, No Fear didn't play. There was one time where we had like a baby rank and there was no way they were queued with anybody. And I'm like, this is so weird that it's putting baby ranks in. Like, is there not enough baby rank players right now that it's shoving them into red rank killers? But there's definitely non-red rank killers around because we end up getting them when there's not enough red ranks playing. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on with everything, but there's definitely some mischief afoot. And I don't know what's going on. I really don't know. So I bet you these were babies. Because they were very skittish to save. Like, the one guy literally spidered on his first hook. See, like, I don't think it's fair that a 9, 8, and a 9 played against a rank 3. They're not even purple ranks. Purple is 8. Because 9 is green. Which means these two are at the top of green. And that guy's at the bottom of purple. And they're playing against a red rank killer. I don't think that's fair to them. And I can't, like, I'm not gonna get mad at them because obviously, like, they're less skilled because they're at a lower rank. But how is it fair that they get put into red rank killer games? Like, that has to be so frustrating for them because they feel like they can't do anything. You know? I started this game recently and I'm yellow rank still and faced rank 1 to 3. See, that's not fair. That's not fair. So I don't know what they're doing. Yes, exactly, Chicha. Even this, like, even, like, these poor, like, greens and purples playing against a rank 3 nurse. Like, obviously they're gonna get outplayed because that's not the same skill level for them. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they, like, quietly messed with something and didn't say anything. They do that a lot. They'll change things in the game and not publicly announce it. They've done it with, like, totem spawns and stuff like that. Like, they'll come out with patch notes, but they won't address everything. They do some stuff like behind closed doors. And I'm wondering if they were trying to fix queue times because they did come out with that survey with about queue times and stuff. And I was like, somehow find out, fix queue times. It's not like you're rank 1 just by playing by yourself. Like, you get there by playing with other good players. Yeah. I mean, you do need like a better, I don't know. I would say I get to rank 1 by myself. Like, I played with those guys, which they were trying their best, and I think I still pipped, you know. You definitely can get to rank 1 by yourself. You just have to learn to, like, loop. Like, you have to drag the killer around and stuff like that. But like, if everyone dies the first second, obviously no, because you need to work gens, you need to get unhooks, you need to, you know, survive, things like that. Like, there's more that goes into it than just, like, I got chased all 5 gens and pipped. Like, that, you can't do that. So, I know they've done it in the past. Where they made it harder to get to red rank, and that's when they came out with, like, the emblem system and stuff, because I don't think we used to have the emblem system. And I remember, honestly, I complained about it at the time, because I was like, it's already so hard to get to rank 1, but even if it's gonna be harder to get to rank 1, like, oh, this is so not fair. But, I mean, I'm still rank 1, so it's fine. And at this point, I don't even care. That was when I was sweating. I was being a sweaty survivor main. I think they need to do something like that again. Because again, we're running into this problem where too many people are red rank, and there's not enough of other ranks to queue with other ranks. It's all like a ton of people in red rank trying to find other red ranks, and if there's not enough killers, then we get pitted with baby killers. Or if there's not enough survivors, they get pitted with baby survivors. Like, I think there's too much, and I don't know the numbers. I wish I could, like, find a way, or I, like, was able to see, like, how many people are in each rank section, like red rank, purple, green, yellow, brown, and stuff, to kind of see like what there's too much of and see if that is the case, because I don't genuinely know, but that is my assumption, is that there's too much red rank once again. So then it's like, okay, do they make it harder to rank up again? Because, I mean, me, who's played this game for 4 years, I'm always at rank 1. I'm always at red ranks. You know, unless I have a bad game, I go to 2, and I come back up to 1, and I'm always up here. Like, just by the way I play the game and getting the points and everything, like, it just happens. Like, I don't go out of my way to, like, oh, I need these blood points or whatever. Like, I just play to make sure people don't go into Spider, I make sure people don't die in Hook, and I make sure gens get done. Like, that's what you're supposed to do, and I try to stay alive as long as possible. Like, that's what I do what you're supposed to do in the game, and I rank up. So I don't know if there needs to be a harder way to do that so there's less people. That's true, there's a sharp learning curve. You find a lot of people asking, like, how can I get better at this game? And it's a hard question to answer, honestly, because it's not a matter of just like, oh, level up and get these perks and you'll be great. You have to learn the tiles, you have to learn the maps, you have to learn the different types of the maps, you have to learn mind games. Like, that's the biggest thing that sets you apart, isn't like learning a loop and playing loops efficiently. It's mind gaming with the killer. It's learning how somebody else is going to react and reacting against that and countering them with your mind and not your perks and not the loops and things like that. It's the mind games that sets it apart. And I think that's why when a lot of people ask, like, how do I get better at this game? Or how do I loop like that? Or how do I do that? It's not a matter of, like, press these buttons for this amount of time and you'll do it. It's a matter of learn how your killer is playing and play against that, you know? So once you get good, you stay there. I feel like there's a pocket of ranks that have a bunch of very punishing killers, camping tunnel, etc., due to not being punished by it, because survivors at the rank on average don't know how to counter it. That is another big issue, is you have a lot of campers and tunnelers, and there's no punishment for it. Hi, LA Lakers, I'm doing good, how are you? And the one thing I thought of, these bonus Shadowside tiers should be giving way more gold. I agree, Chicha. The one thing I thought of, but here's the problem, anything you come up with, you have to think of what the other side would do to counter it. Anything you come with, like, oh, well, let's put this out. Okay, well, how would the killers exploit that? Or let's put this out for killers. Well, how would survivors exploit that? My thought on the matter of camping is kind of how they have the perk camaraderie, or not camaraderie, is it? Is it camaraderie? I think it's camaraderie. Let me double check before I misinform. So you have camaraderie. While you're on the hook in the struggle phase, camaraderie activates. If another survivor is within 16 meters of you, the hook timer's paused for 34 seconds. My thought on having killers that camp is making it so that your hook timer doesn't go down. Like, if they're in heartbeat range, or I wouldn't even say heartbeat range because some killers have, you know, certain perks and things where they're stealthing. I would say, you know, maybe like a kindred range, like 8 meters or something, near the hook, that the hook would be paused so that they can't do that. Now the problem with that, and you have to think for the survivor side, how could I exploit that? Is always, people are always trying to exploit something and like use it against the killer. The way that would be exploited is survivors could then loop in circles around the hook, which isn't going down, while 2 other killers are pumping gens, and you're just sitting here as their timer's paused, so this person is not dying, so this person's not threatened, and this person's causing that, and this person's looping around and making you stay there. So now the hook timer's not going down, and you're not catching somebody, and 2 others are pumping gens. So it's kind of hard to deal with camping and tunneling because there's so much that could be used against a killer or things like that. And then if they did something like that, you know, what's the point in Insidious? What's the point in having a stealth killer? What's, you know what I mean? So it's like, say you have a Michael, like a tier 1 Michael, and he's just sitting behind the hook waiting. Well, nothing's gonna happen because you're within 8 meters. So now we know that since the hook is paused, that now you are near the hook. Even without Kindred, we know that, so we don't need Kindred now. So why would we run Kindred? Because now the base game tells us the killer's there. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a lot that you have to think of and not just be like, well, here's a simple solution. No solution is going to be simple because you're pitting your community against itself. You have killers and you have survivors consistently fighting against each other. So you can't just come out with one simple fix because the other side will complain about this side will complain about that side. Anytime they do Killer buffs, survivors are like, that's not fair. Anytime they do survivor buffs, killers say, that's not fair. So it's really hard to please both sides and find answers for both sides. So I try to say, like, take it with a grain of salt, do what you can. If they camp, they camp. If they tunnel, they tunnel. My answer to tunneling, get better at the game. Because I can get tunneled for 5 gens at this point, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Tunnel me. Go ahead. You're wasting your time because I know I'm gonna outplay you. So if you want to waste your time tunneling me down, you're gonna tunnel me the entire game. You're gonna get 1 kill and all my friends are gonna get out. Because I can make you chase me for 5 gens. So if you want to be that guy, if you want to camp my hook, and then I get borrowed time and I'm running around on mended state, fine. Guess what? Let's go running. You know? Like, that's all you can do at this point. Run borrow time and learn how to run a killer. If you're not good at the game, the camping tunneling, say they camp you, they tunnel you, you're gonna die quick. Learn to not die quick. Use everything in your power, you know? Use it efficiently, use it cleverly. Every chase, look where you're going, look what you're doing. That would be all I can say on the matter. Because it's not a simple fix. It's just not a simple fix. And that's the problem.